Yesterday, I mentioned Anthony Fauci and the industry of sports journalism being completely out of touch with the average American. Sports journalism, that's not the only media genre out of touch. Most in the mainstream media, they can't relate to average Andrew. It's like it's like these people live in this bubble where everything's about diversity, equity, and inclusion. But that's not the real world. That's not real life. You pull up a map of most major cities in America and filter the map through racial demographics. The city's mostly segregated. White people live in one part of town, black people on the other side of town, Asian people on this side of town. Doesn't make it wrong, doesn't make it right, doesn't mean the city's infected with mythical racism. People people are going to live where they're the most comfortable. And for most, they're comfortable around people they share the most commonalities, whether that be race, money, class, whatever the fuck. Over the last couple of years, we have all been preached to about mythical racism. Most of this preaching comes from people and organizations that are completely out of touch with the average American. When it comes to sports leagues, no league is more out of touch with their audience than Major League Baseball. When it comes to the diehard baseball fan, nearly half are over the age of 45, with 60% being white or Hispanic. When it comes to African Americans, only 13% admit to being a diehard Major League Baseball fan. Now, from a business perspective, this is important to remember. I've told you guys before, Major League Baseball is a league without an identity. One month, they are marketing the league to practitioners of butt bongo. The next month, they're focusing on the 1 or 200,000 black fans who give a shit about Major League Baseball. But the one segment that Rob Manfred has completely turned his back on is the one segment keeping the league afloat: the non-woke audience. The white portion of this audience, which Major League Baseball accuses of being mythically racist, and the black portion of this audience that refuses to be victimized by Rob Manfred, who has taken the crown from Adam Silver as the worst commissioner in professional sports. All leagues have a section on their website dedicated to the promotion of mythical racism. They like to call it social justice, but that's just a fancy term for mythical racism. The NFL website boasts about all the woke charities they donate money to. The NBA website has a section about voting rights and the importance of not scheduling NBA games on election day so they can influence their fan base to vote for more of the same oppression that the league is supposedly fighting against. The WNBA. The WNBA doesn't have enough influence to convince people to vote their way. They also don't have any money to donate to charity since they spend all their money giving woke welfare to the participants they call basketball players. Instead, the social justice website for the WNBA, it's more like an auction. It's a fundraiser. We need money. Our recipients are demanding an increase in woke welfare. They also want chartered airfare. Please help us by buying our trinkets. The WNBA store is a lonely man's dream. Plenty of stock on bananas and hand lotion. They have the dual sex version of inflatable Iris, where, depending on your mood, it can be Iris or Israel. Donuts, which they prefer to call cock rings. Copies of the woke Bible with complimentary woke holy water. Whatever you need, the WNBA store has it. But when it comes to brainwashing, when it comes to going into overdrive, pushing the narrative of mythical racism, no league does it better than Major League Baseball. Credit to the Washington Examiner for pointing this out. Major League Baseball, they don't just donate to woke causes. They don't just stop at virtue signaling, moving the All-Star game from a predominantly black city of Atlanta to a white city in Denver, protesting mythical voting suppression in black communities. No. They don't just stop at that. We want to educate our predominantly white audience. We want them to understand their inherent racism. We believe education is key to converting normal people to sea donkeys. In order to educate their racist audience, Major League Baseball recommends they choose from a selection of books. Check it out for yourself. For just 99 cents, You can read the autobiography of an ex-colored man, the exciting story about the life of Michael Jackson. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what it's about. You can also read How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram Kendi. This instruction manual will teach you how to properly atone for your white privilege. It was also voted as the best book of the year by NPR, the New York Times, and the Washington Post. All highly respected, trusted, and credible media outlets if you're a believer. Those of us who are non-believers, we use all three publications when we run out of toilet paper. But KC, what if someone is illiterate? How can we educate them? Oh, don't you worry. Rob Manfred knows if someone is inherently racist, they're also likely to be illiterate. So he took it upon himself to recommend some podcasts, some documentaries to help you rid yourself of mythical racism. Check it out. My favorite is, Yo, is this racist? Yo, I don't know. Yo, you shitfucks keep changing the definition of racism. So, yo, us dumbass white people never know when we're in violation of the first woke commandment. The podcast is hosted by Andrew Ty and Tawny Newsome, two people I've never heard of. Andrew Ty, he told something called the Eerie Reader. We are trying to be the wokest show on a comedy network. Oh, isn't that nice? What they do, they take emailed questions with audience members asking if a particular statement or situation constitutes as mythical racism. For example, I passed a black coworker in the hall and I said hello instead of yo, is that racist? You're damn right that's racism. The punishment for this crime is 24 hours of staring at a naked Rachel Levine. Another example, my boss offered to buy lunch for me. He's black and asked what I wanted for lunch. I said fried chicken. Is that racist? Not only was that racist, it was incredibly rude. How dare you assume your boss likes fried chicken because he's black? But I said I wanted fried chicken. It doesn't matter. The racial connotation is still there. Your punishment. You must enroll in atoning for your white privilege, taught by Jamel Hill at Woke U. Now, if you're more of a visual person, Rob Manfred has you covered. He also offers videos. He even includes some of your favorite unknown major leaguers. Listen to Sterling Sharp, not the NFL player. Sterling Sharp, an unknown baseball player. Listen to him discuss how he deals with police officers. Roll the film.
Interesting story. My dad was an ATF agent in Detroit. So he had some connections around DPD, Detroit Police Department, and Southfield Police Department. But he looked out for me and my brother that we didn't even realize until now. But he would put customized license plates on all his cars. So we had like Sharp 1, Sharp 2, Sharp 3 on all the cars. And that was his way of kind of letting any police officer know, like if they're pulling over us at that time, they could see the license plate. They might recognize that my dad is ATF agent, and they can kind of make that connection.
Did I just hear him disprove the notion that cops are out to get black people? I know he didn't do it on purpose, but didn't he just shoot holes through that entire narrative? You heard him explain how his father taught him to deal with the police. Be respectful, be kind, be humble, do what they say. He also mentioned the customized license plate, which gave cops the heads up that his father was on the police force. But KC, his dad did that because he knows how cops treat young black men. No, he did that to let them know, my kid's not a fucking criminal. You see, cops, they go where the crime is. If I'm hanging out in a neighborhood filled with white criminals, guess what? Cops will think I'm a criminal too. Same goes with high crime black neighborhoods. But have you noticed what's missing on Major League Baseball's site dedicated to ending mythical racism? Did you notice anything missing? They don't recommend anything from conservative black men or women. Candace Owens, she wrote a book uplifting black men and women. How come that didn't make baseball's list? Larry Elder, he has written plenty of books on race. I wonder why Rob Manfred didn't recommend Larry Elder. Ben Carson, Brandon Tatum, Thomas Sowell, Clarence Thomas. Hell, Clarence Thomas wrote a book titled Created Equal. Unlike the books Rob Manfred recommends, Clarence Thomas has a full 5-star rating on Amazon. If Major League Baseball is truly about ending mythical racism, if their goal is to actually uplift black men and women, how come they wouldn't include all of these successful black men and women? Why wouldn't they include these people who found a way to be successful, who found a way to get rich through a supposedly racist system? We all know the reason. Rob Manfred's not concerned with ending mythical racism. He's concerned with silencing the opposing viewpoint. And then he wonders why millions of people have quit watching Major League Baseball. When talking about ratings in Major League Baseball, I often hear the same excuse. Baseball has become more of a regional sport. It's popular in local markets. No, the fuck it's not. Regional viewership is flat this season from the decline of last season. Attendance, disastrous. The other night, a preseason game on NFL Network between the Seahawks and Steelers, two teams without star quarterbacks. If I had to guess, most of you couldn't name the starting quarterback for either team. Don't worry, neither can the coaches. But the game on NFL Network was competing with Major League Baseball on Fox in prime time. Baseball had a huge advantage. They're on broadcast television, free TV. They had 40 million more potential viewers. NFL Network's available in around 60 million households. Fox well over 100 million. Yet somehow, a meaningless NFL preseason game outdrew Major League Baseball. But no one seems to be concerned. No. We're not worried. We are still a huge draw for advertisers. Yeah. Okay. What you're not a huge draw for is your hardcore audience, who continue to leave this league in droves. The more ratings, the more attendance declines, the more Rob Manfred seems to double down on the wokeness. Well, let me know what you think. Major League Baseball pushes to brainwash whatever audience they have left, recommending plenty of propaganda, but they don't recommend any substance from real black authors and success stories. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.